You're listening to the Heavy Duty Parts Report. I'm your host, Jamie Irvine, and this is the podcast where you will get expert advice about the heavy duty parts you buy and keep you informed about what's going on in the industry. In this episode, we are going to discuss how to find the parts you're looking for and keep those trucks and trailers rolling. To help us with that, I'd like to introduce to you Brendan Gamblin, an account representative at truckpartsinventory.com. Now, Truck Parts Inventory is the only resource that connects buyers looking for heavy-duty truck parts with hundreds of sellers around North America while providing tools to help registered sellers run their business more effectively. That was a mouthful. Brendan, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm happy that you're here. Maybe just as a way of us getting started, how did truckpartsinventory.com start? What's the genesis story?
I'll do my best to explain this. So it started as a different service called PartsLink, which is a fax-based marketing effort for the heavy truck parts industry. And so what they were doing is they were literally getting recyclers, used parts companies, dealerships, anybody who had surplus inventory or a large amount of used parts inventory, they were sending a fax in to us. We would take that fax, put together a list that said, okay, these guys are looking to buy, these guys are looking to sell, and then we would fax that out nightly to every customer who was trying to use that hotline service. And then eventually it was a case of we knew that there was a lot more opportunity for the recyclers on the heavy truck side to do better for their businesses. And then it turned into Truck Parts Surplus, which was simply to help send us a file of your surplus. We'll advertise it for you on our website. You'll get calls. We'll sell your parts for you. And then it became, well, heavy truck salvage is like 15 years behind the automotive industry. And so we had to figure out a way to help bridge that gap as best as we could. And our president, Scott Tates, he actually has been in the salvage industry since he was a kid. His dad ran a shop. He helped his dad run the shop. And then he saw that like if the dad took time off, sales stopped. They didn't know where anything was. They didn't know pricing. They didn't know, what fit what. It was chaos. And so everything running through one business owner really hampers the amount of business that the business can do. And so he saw a very big opportunity to help these recyclers organize the yard, inventory their parts, market their parts, really give them a system dedicated to heavy truck salvage rather than kind of does heavy truck salvage. And he started developing that. I believe TPI launched about 8 years ago. And we're on this would be version 3 of the platform that we have right now. We're constantly developing it and hoping to have the new version out next year.
Awesome. So TPI is short for Truck Parts Inventory. Now, maybe what we could do is let's take a minute right now and let's just share the screen. We're going to try something a little new here, everybody. So hang on. It hopefully will work. All right. So I'm sharing my screen right now with Brendan so that he can see what's going on. There's all my notes. Brendan, can you see my screen?
I can.
Okay, so now you're getting the background of what a podcast looks like when it's running. You've got notes and you've got your sound. Okay, here's the website. So, Brendan, this is the homepage of truckpartsinventory.com. Can you just explain to me what we're looking at right now?
So, quick overview is like if you're looking here, you can see we've got over 870,000 used parts in the marketplace. So we want to show the potential buyers, how big of a selection they have right off the get-go. You got a couple different ways that you can find your parts on here. You've got the make and model selection right there at the top.
Okay, so let's do that. Why don't we just do the classic Kenworth T800 then?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to find Kenworth in the list. Oh, I've gone too far.
Now you can type here as well.
Oh, okay.
And it should filter it down.
So if I type Kenworth,
unless they change.
Boom, there it is. And then the classic T800. And there it is. And then, okay, so what is like a typical part that someone might be looking for?
So the most popular thing that we're seeing move right now, engines and transmissions.
So we click search. And now let's see what happens. Okay, so what are we seeing here, Brendan?
So now it's going to give you every single part in our marketplace that has Kenworth, T800, and engine in any of the keywords. So we might get some transmissions here because they might be saying, hey, it came out of this truck with this kind of engine. So what we did is kind of like a hardware store or like a Best Buy if you're going to buy like an appliance. you can use these facets on the left-hand side now to really drill down to what you're looking for. So we got engine assemblies right there that you can click. There's 166 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll filter out just the assemblies. We're not going to get all the camshafts, all the crankshafts, everything that is a part of an engine. This is just going to be the complete ones that we have for sale on the site.
So here we got a piece of red iron, lower miles, 320 horsepower Cummins ISLG engine with only 194,419 miles. Where did this engine come from?
So if you look right here, it's got Glencoe, Minnesota at the top right. So if you actually want, click on that 2011 Cummins ISL. And so this is going to tell you which company it's coming from. So we got MN Heavy Trucks. These are guys out of Minnesota. They're a salvage yard, which we're helping organize their inventory in. So what they do is every time a truck comes into their yard, they're breaking it down through our system, and then all of their inventory is real-time advertised on our website, their website, and any of the other advertisers they want to use, because we can actually send the data out to other companies as well.
And I see that here you've got these very, very convenient links. So you can send an email to the seller. You can visit their website. You can share this part with somebody who's looking for this engine. You can even get an estimated shipping cost so you can understand your full cost of getting this engine to your shop.
Yep. And like the estimated shipping cost, it's not perfect because everyone has their own preferential rates based on their carriers, but it does give them a rough idea like, hey, that's going to cost you $500 for freight to get this engine one state over. And they're going to know that before they call you and find out that the freight's more than they can budget for that engine.
Awesome. So that is a very, very slick system. Obviously, it's easy to use because I had not practiced that before the recording. We literally said, hey, let's try something new. And we jumped on, boom, we found an engine for that specific truck. So basically, anybody can use this system.